everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is 6:54 on Friday morning. I am sitting here drinking a smoothie. I'm trying to get back on track with my health, and I figured I'd film a fun video because I've been so busy that I haven't really had time to do like a normal like barn vlog or whatnot. So I posted on Instagram on my stories and asked for people to put in their assumptions about me. Oh, hi, Evie. Or what people think their assumptions that people assume about me. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. So the first one I got was that you've been writing most of your life. That is a correct answer. I started writing when I was like 6 or 7, really young. And I'm 30 now, so I've been writing for quite a while. The next one was that your husband is generally supportive, but you pay for all the horse stuff. I do pay for all the horse stuff. Every once in a while he'll pay for something if I forget my wallet. Like this past horse show, I forgot my checkbook, so he had to pay for that horse show. But as far as supportive, yes, he's supportive. Would he prefer me not to? Absolutely. But he doesn't get mad at me or stay mad at me. Next one was that you want to own your own private barn someday. That could absolutely be something that I would potentially do. Is the desire there right now? I could go either way. I mean, owning a barn is a very big commitment, and I think I'm kind of happy doing what I'm doing now. So I would probably end up, instead of owning my own barn, maybe like renting out stalls like people do as trainers. So I would potentially do something like that. But as far as owning my own barn, I mean, if the opportunity presented itself, then I wouldn't turn it down. But I don't think that's like a goal of mine. Next one, and I got this a couple times, was that I'm much happier at my new barn. Absolutely. I'm so happy at my new barn. Just the facility itself is a lot nicer. Having the regulation size dressage rings is amazing. The fact that I'm riding so many horses a day and getting so much experience is phenomenal. The care is great. And just riding and training under Debbie is just amazing. It's so amazing. The next one was that you snooze your alarm clock 6 times every morning. It was actually my husband that put that in, and that's because I did snooze my alarm clock like 6 times that morning, enough that he got pissed and then went in the other room. And I went back to sleep. So, yes. Normally I try not to do that, but lately I've been snoozing. I got something along the lines of this one quite a bit, and it's just interesting to me. No hate to the people who put like their comments in like this, but it's just interesting to me, like why people assume this. That I must be rich since I do a lot of tack holes and have 2 horses. So I'm not rich, for one. I mean, we live in a very modest house. I live in St. Louis. I mean, the cost of living here isn't very, very high. The board for 2 horses, I mean, it's more expensive than the last place, but board at the new barn is only $5.90, so it's not uber expensive. And I work a lot. I work for WashU. I'm also the assistant trainer, so I've got salary and I also do real estate, so I make a decent amount of money on my own, and that's how I pay for what I want. Um, I don't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, we're not loaded, we're not rich by any means. I mean, we don't have super fancy cars. Alex's car is paid off. I still have a car payment on my car, but his is paid off. He doesn't have any student loans. My student loans are very minimal. We don't have a lot going on. I mean, I personally don't like to travel. So when people go on 2 vacations a year, when they're spending $3,000, $6,000, $7,000 on vacations, we really don't travel. I don't like to travel. That's just my personal preference. We don't have kids. So, I mean, as far as like a monthly bill standpoint, we've got the house, we've got my car, credit card, insurance, just the normal adult stuff. I don't have, like, a lot of people spend a lot of money on different things, and I spend my money on horses. That's I work to spend my money. That's where it goes. The next one was that you're a saddle pad hoarder. I am. It's an unfortunate thing, but yes, I am a saddle pad hoarder. I mean, that's obvious. The next one, let's see. This is a good one. You do not want to start a family. Your husband has ridden at least one of your horses. That is correct. I don't want to have kids. I have no desire to have kids. I have no desire to reproduce. If that makes sense. I have no desire to reproduce. There's just, I mean, I'm happy with the way our lives are right now. I'm happy with just having Alex, and he's fine with that. The animals, I like having animals, but I just don't really feel like having kids is something that I've always been like that. I've never wanted kids. So everybody's like, oh, that'll change. And I'm like, there's some people that just don't want to have kids, and that's okay. So if you're like that, don't feel pressured. If you want to not have kids, that's okay. And yes, Alex has ridden, well, actually 3 of my horses. He's ridden 10 once. He's sat on King before, and he sat on Sunny when I had Sunny. Okay. You wanted to be a vet when you were little. Actually, well, so not when I was little. I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was little. And then when I graduated high school, I wanted to be a vet. And then I realized how much money I'd have in student loans, and then I decided against it. My mom would like this one, that you were raised correctly. Yes, I was. I was raised pretty strict. I mean, not like strict in the sense of like I couldn't leave the house with shorts on type thing, but strict in the sense of I had a curfew up until I graduated high school, and had I not gone away to college, I would have had a curfew through college. I mean, we went to church every Sunday, had dinner every night. I mean, I grew up in a great household. My parents taught me well. They taught me to be respectful. They taught me to work hard. And yeah, I mean, even when I was younger, my mom, she works for WashU too. But she got a part-time job at Old Navy doing just like sales associate stuff for extra money at one point. I can't remember. It was a while ago, but she got a job there part-time. My dad's worked, I mean, he had worked at the same company for 35 years, designing and building fountains. But now my mom still works for WashU, and then she is following her dream. She wanted to open up her own clothing boutique. And so she opened up her own clothing boutique, which is online. So I'll put, the link is always down in my bio. She gets a lot of cute stuff. I think I have a discount code for her for 20% off for anybody who wants anything. That's where I get all my sunglasses. And now she just opened it. Like, she's got a jewelry business. She is just like me in the sense of we get bored pretty easy. So we're always finding ways to make money. So that's, I guess, where I get that from. Next one was this one's funny. I'm afraid of real kids, so I have horses. You said jokes, but I love your videos. No, I actually like kids. I'm not. It depends on the kid. I do enjoy teaching lessons and doing that with the kids, but having my own, like, I just think about it and I'm like, so if I were to have a kid, then I have to be home at a certain time. Like, we can't ever just leave the house without the kid. You can't just let it roam the house by itself until it's like, what, 15? So I don't freaking know. I love my freedom and I love being able to follow my dreams and do what I want, and kids are just not part of that. That I have a leader type personality. No, I really don't. I prefer not to be the leader. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a great authority figure. I guess I do have people that look up to me and appreciate my opinion, but I wouldn't say that it's like a leadership quality. That's always been my weaker point, is being... I'd be a fun boss, but I don't know that I'd be that effective if somebody was needing a... Another one, there's a lot of... I'll just read this one off because I'm here, but that was born into money, or I have a higher paying job to afford the horses and the saddle pads. No, I was not born into money. We were middle class. My parents didn't make a ton of money, but they made okay money. I mean, the house that we lived in, they still live in, wasn't a very expensive house. I mean, I think it was like, when they built it back in 1994, I think it was like $195,000 or something. So, it's probably $250 right now. If they were to go sell it, $275. I mean, it's not, I mean, it wasn't like $1 million house or anything. So yeah, just very, I mean, middle-class Christian family is how I grew up. My jobs individually aren't that high paying. When I was a real estate agent, I was making good money, and I do still make good money, but collectively between all of my jobs, I make a decent amount. Yeah. That you're a really sweet person. That's really sweet. I think I'm a sweet person. I feel like there are a lot of... Obviously, I like to buy nice things, and I like to help people out. I'm very giving. I'm very generous, and a lot of times, I don't really know how to put this. A lot of times there are people who are intimidated by that. I'm very bubbly. I'm very outgoing. I like to be around people. I like to make friends. And if somebody is very insecure, my personality makes them irritated. There's quite a few people in the past year or two that I've run into that absolutely just do not like me. And one of the reasons that I can remember this like it was yesterday. One of my friends at the Barnes asked this person that was there why she didn't like me. And I mean, she was very mean to me. And she said I was too nice and I ingratiated myself on people. And I was like, so you hate me because I'm too nice? I mean, at the end of the day, stuff like that, you can't, I mean, as much as it does bother me, at the end of the day, you just have to move on. Really, it's not you, it's them. And if you feel like you're a good person, I know when I go to bed, I'm not up at night worrying about like, oh my God, am I lying? Did I, are they going to find out I made this up? Like it just, I go to bed with a clear conscience. And if you don't go to bed with a clear conscience, maybe you need to look in the mirror and find Jesus. The next one was that Renita and I are such a good pair. I don't know if that's really an assumption or if that's just a comment, but thank you. I feel like we are too. I get this one a lot as well. That I won't ever stop buying saddle pads. That is correct. I will not stop buying saddle pads. I love saddle pads. Absolutely. I'm obsessed with them. That I only ride bays. That's not true. Inaccurate. I own bays, but I did. Oh, well, I leased a chestnut. There's a bunch of horses and training rides that I do that are chestnut. And there's even a white one that I do. There's a black one. So it's not just all bays. I'll do two more. That I have lots of energy. Yes, I do. Yes and no. I do, but I really just try to power through. Like by the end of the day, I'm exhausted and I'm like tired. I yawned all day. Very tired. And I drink lots of caffeine. That I always do what's best for my horses. I'm going to end on this one. That is a yes. My philosophy when it comes to horses is that they allow us to ride them. Horses were not made or built to be ridden. So us taking them from a wild and free state to domestication, putting them in stalls, which sometimes is inevitable. I mean, there's not a whole lot of land in the area that they can just go out and roam on 20, 30, 40 acres. So a lot of them do live a stall life. So trying to get them out as much as possible, obviously, is ideal. And I really do think that protecting their well-being is of the utmost importance. So making sure that they're taken care of as far as body work, chiropractor, feed, supplements, the way that they're ridden, they have to build muscle over their top line for it to make it safe for their backs. If they have no top line, if you can see their spine, I personally think that you should just lunge in side reins and walk them up and down hills until you start seeing that muscle build up, because riding horses with weak top lines is very detrimental to their spines. Kissing spine is so prevalent in horses that I'm going to get on a rant here. I need to stop. Yes, the care of my horses is the most important. That's why you see, if you follow me on Instagram, I constantly have different saddles because the fit changes on the horses as they build muscle. The fit of the saddles change for me when they build muscle. I've changed from riding so many horses. So my Mac Rider that I just recently bought back in August, unfortunately, no longer fits me anymore. It's too big. I went from a 17.5-inch saddle down to a 17. My previous custom saddlery was an 18 and my Devaku was an 18. So I've gone down an entire saddle size. So yes, I will do whatever is what I feel is the best situation and the best decision for the horse's care, which is again why I sold Theo. I thought that, not that I didn't feel like my care for him was the best, because I feel like I'm a pretty hard mom to follow, but just the whole he wants to be doing things type thing. So I'm gonna end this video there. I hope you guys enjoyed all the assumptions about me. This was actually fun, so I'll probably do it again. I'm sure it'll be all the same stuff about saddle pads and money and whatnot, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I post new videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.